Later, dead random. And the FPV drone, Kai, you're gonna hate me, but damn it, I love new toys. Yes, dead random. You can tell I'm pretty freaking happy. All right, I gotta disguise my happiness, guys. And believe me, I could just stick this back in the box and give it back to Best Buy tomorrow. I ain't doing that. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna fly the crap out of it. I'm gonna show you that it can be fun. Later, bye.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hey, this is Dead Random. I've been to this place several times because it's like the perfect place in the morning to really get a feel for a new quad or a new drone. It's a really it's a close place to me, so if I have to run home, I can quick run home. But it's also a great place to just see really beautiful footage. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to bring you for the first time, at least on my channel, the DJI FPV. Yes, here it is. Here it is. And I've got it even in its own little plastic case. You like that? It's kind of like pretty custom, huh? It's an inexpensive way to freaking carry it around. But first impressions, took me a while to set up. But the general first impressions, as far as, I mean, it's really impressive when you look at the electronics. You can, they made the cover transparent. I didn't put the green cover on. I actually didn't care for that, kind of like chartreuse color. But a lot of people have already seen this, and they've already kind of turned it into the next DJI villain, or they're trying to create a narrative around it that's a giant failure or flop. And what I want to do is come in with a different attitude. My attitude is, it's new tech, and I'm going to see what I can do with this new tech, what I can do with it. Not what everybody else can do with it, but what I can do with this specific piece of tech. So I'm going to do with this tech like you can do with other Mavic tech, which is I'm going to fly it like a Mavic first, because that's quite literally what it is. It's basically like any Mavic that's ever been built. So, and I'm also going to fly purely line of sight today. I'll have the goggles with me, but I'm going to use the phone. And there's actually some products coming out that actually have the phone mounted on your controller. You're like, okay, isn't this just a Mavic 3 now? Basically using the metal strap here, which usually is dedicated for your carrying strap. So yeah, here we go. First flight. I haven't even put the props on this thing. This thing has not taken off yet. It has not been flown. And I'm going to fly it here for the first time. So, all right, here we go. Enough said. Let's get it in the air. All right, so what I've got today, I've went and installed the props just like every other DJI drone. Just push and turn. Color matching the two sets of colors. We got those beautiful sensors down there. I'm going to connect my my headset or my goggles with my usual V1 setup, basically a 3S with this XT60. Put it in my pocket. It just is going to it gives me the freedom to know that I've got plenty of juice. This thing is going to have plenty of power throughout. I think I literally can go an hour and 20 minutes or something with this thing. So instead of 30 minutes. So put it in my pocket. And this is what I usually do. I usually have my phone here, and I usually put this lanyard right there. So when I disconnect my goggles, I basically have the wire in a place where I know where it's at. And I just put it right here. Some people are just going to put it in their pocket. That's kind of how I've got my setup. So, all right. We are going to take off like a Mavic. And Mavics take off, hand launch and hand retrieval. Can you hand launch and hand retrieve? And then I'm just going to do some regular old normal flight. I've never flown this thing before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my phone up to the goggles, set my phone up, and actually fly it VLLS, so visual line of sight. And I'm just going to go out using the phone as my primary monitor. Okay, so I'm going to basically connect up using this cable right there. That's the cable that connects your phone up to your goggles. And I'm just going to set my goggles down, and I'm going to fly visual line of sight and just get control of the, get control feel for the new DJI controller. I mean the Tango 2. I mean the DJI controller right here. Like I said, I have no preconception to this thing other than it's just any other DJI drone that I've ever flown before, which a lot of people have said. And I'm gonna start that way instead of going, hey, what kind of crappy FPV rig is this? That's just a negative way. I'm just not negative. I'm not negative by nature. So I'm gonna fly this sucker, and I'm gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna freaking reach out and touch some rocks today. Hopefully not with the drone in a negative way, but in a visual way. There we go. So reach out and touch some rocks and some sagebrush with some fun. Okay, added fun. So here we go. So Dad Random, all right, here we go. All right, next. All right, Dad Random. Now, make sure when you do this, you protect the lenses of your goggles because it can really fry your LCD screen. So I'm going to turn it away. I double checked to make sure the goggles were set up. Now, this should just work regular controller in normal mode. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be following my flight visually and through the monitor right here. So I'm not even using my goggles for my first flight. I'm actually going to kind of protect it a little bit. And what I'm just doing to keep the sun out of it. And I did actually put a piece of like lens, my lens polisher or cleaner inside of there to just kind of protect that. I do that with my other goggles too. So all right, here we go. Let's do a launch. Let's see if we can spin this puppy up and possibly do a hand launch. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see if she'll. Oh, she's starting to make some noise. All right, here I'm gonna put my battery, take it out of my pocket, so I can get away from things. Got my controller in my hand. Now I usually do it the other direction. So here we go. So this should be just like a Mavic launch, right? Just a regular old Mavic launch. Okay. So you have to have both hands on it, so you can't do that. And in the goggles, I do not have a auto launch function. So we're gonna put it on the ground. That's fine. Put it on there. And we're gonna do a regular. I guess we're gonna do a regular launch from that pad there. There we go. And there we go. And there she is, right there. First flight, right there. Here we go. So here we go. I'm on the monitor, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little recording. And you see props in view, of course. That's what I've been told here. I'm going to do just a double check on my goggles just to see what my record settings are. Just really quick. Yeah, it's recording. All right. Oh, look at that. Gosh, that's cool. That's awesome. So I'm going to be switching back and forth between goggles and and of course there's no way I'm going to go into any kind of manual mode at this point. I will fly this thing in manual for sure. It's just time, okay? All right, here we go. Let's go out and reach out and touch some. Let's go reach out and touch some freaking some rocks. A little bit of rocking going on there. Let's give it some altitude. And she's doing a lot of buffeting in the wind. My guess is that's going to come out of it in the. And I will be checking goggles here in a second. And this is normal mode. Yeah, you can see. Hopefully, let's see. It'll be interesting to see if any of that comes out in the rock steady. I'm just flying straight out. All right, now I'm in 16:9. So if you're wondering what Yeah, without the gimbal, the 3-axis gimbal, you're going to get the side-to-side motion. And what I've been hearing is that that side-to-side motion is taken out and rock steady. Doing a little bit of yaw turning here. Doing kind of flying like I'd fly a FPV quad with both sticks. You know, you can still do some of the similar yaw turns using both stick commands. And you know, one of the things in the 16:9 mode is you cannot see your data down below, and that's probably why a lot of people are not liking that. I do have an aftermarket kit on my goggles to make them a little bit more comfortable. They're not rubbery. It's a foam pad as opposed to a rubber. Now I can see it pretty much. I can see my. Now there's the trail down there, and this is, you know, this is where the cinematic thing comes. There's some people down there. It's, you know, down on the bike trail is a runner, and there we go. We're going to do a little turn. I'm just going to do some FPV turns. And obviously this is not an FPV quad, but I'm going to try to fly it like it. I'm going to follow this trail. Guys, this is the first time I've ever flown this thing. You hear my nose. So I'm going to do some Mavic-like footage. Get up there, I'm going to get up a little higher over the top of this. There's people on that trail. Let's stay outside of here. People out there, stay off of their path. They're doing their morning runs.
I know that summer was a big mistake. I just hope that we're still okay. You always pick me up and let me down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want. And I always pick you up and let you down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want to what we want. There's a party downtown, we are drunk and the music's loud. I forget that we're done, that you're back with your girlfriend now. For a minute, I'm back where we started, in that hallway. We couldn't keep our hands away from each other. Did you ever tell her I have to sleep in the bed I made? I don't sleep much at all these days, 'cause you always pick me up and let me down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want. And I always pick you up and let you down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want to what we want, to what we want, to what we want. There's a party downtown, I really hope that you're coming by. But you always pick me up and let me down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want. And I always pick you up and let you down. We're spinning around, losing our minds. And if we do, then if we don't, then if we give in what we want to what we want.
And you got that virtual home point, which is way cool. I love the virtual home point. I really do. And it's telling me that my HD footage from this distance, oh wait, I just popped right back up. Yeah, look at that, look at that. You see, that's it. And when I see this video, when I'm done with this video, I'm just going to tell you right now, if it turns into being what I think it's going to be, and my excitement will just increase. Yeah, there we go. We're just doing a little bit of fun, relaxing. See, a lot of you guys that fly, you cut your corners off too abruptly, and you don't flow. Oh, we got a helicopter coming. And it will tell me if that helicopter's got you get lower. If we do have a helicopter, we want to make sure. I hear it. And I hear it, and then I see it. There it is. Take my goggles off there. Go back to the line of sight. You know you've got another aircraft in the area. Get down low down here. Get into the brush. I can't believe it's still picking me up down here because I'm almost cut off. But I'm going to cut this flight off here in just a second because I'm going to tell you right now, I am already happy. And I don't know what DJI did from the last time this thing was reviewed by all those haters. You know, I'm not a hater, guys. I'm a lover. Guys, it is what it is. And I am not hating on it one bit. I have just done something amazing, and I'm really happy. And when I get the footage and I crop out the props, and you guys are like, well, that does suck. Okay, I agree. But in a way, definitely for my visual pleasure, I'm not used to flying even with my digital systems with props in view. But this video is going to be 4K and amazing. And it's about 10 minutes long. And where's my battery at right now? Got 23 freaking satellites, guys. And watch this. Check this out. What you can't do with FPV. Stop in mid freaking air. And guys, that's not even sport mode. Should I click it in sport mode just for the heck of it for a couple seconds? I'm going to go and stop the video. Oh, I guess I'm starting the video again. There we go. And I'm going to click my switch into sport mode. And say, hey, you're in sport mode, man. Don't be a puss. And probably in sport mode, I'm going to definitely need to, well, let me see, I just got to adjust my thumb rates. See, there we go. You just got to, you got to get a different, definitely the sticks are annoying people. I can totally understand why it's annoying people. You take this really long turn like that, and you get that right there. That is in sport mode, okay? That's not FPV mode, that's sport mode. And all I have is the camera turned down a little bit. Go down there. Oh, this is what I was doing yesterday in the same spot. But I was, obviously, it's much different. I'm really cranking on the freaking gimbals right now to get those turns. It's really like, low battery. All right, return to home. It says press start and stop button. So it's telling me, I like that. I like that. Let's do yeah, there it is. It says low battery, turn to home. There it is. It's going to go home. It's going up to the home altitude, which is fine. It's coming home. We're going to let it do its thing. Pretty dang close. That's not bad for my return. Okay, just double check there. There she is. She wants to land. That was a little bit sketchy, huh? But hand retrieve, I'm going to work on that one. That probably wasn't under the sensors, but there it is, first flight. What do you think about it? I've got a lot of confidence, but I've definitely got the feel for what FPV might be like with this thing. and I think this is kind of goes in line with other people. But I'm still not going to judge it like that. I'm going to judge it on the footage I get, the distances I can fly with that footage, the clarity of the video, and the ease of basically running the system. And right now, that was pretty easy. And I think a lot of the, I don't discount the bashers. I only got one battery, by the way. I don't discount the bashers and what their position is on this, but that was the first flight. I took it out of the box last night and I brought it out here, and I'm going to put this footage up. You tell me whether that footage is crap or not. And we'll judge it from there. I'm going to go charge it up again. I'm going to think about it. Probably put this video up tonight. Freak the crap out of people because they're like, Dad Rand, you bought Quasimodo. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. But I'm not disappointed. I am, and I'm not. I was happy flying, by the way, just so you know. Let me down power my goggles here. Remember, protect the insides of your goggles. Protect them. These LCD screens in here are very, very, very delicate. I always like to put a cloth in there that's made for keeping lenses from getting screwed up. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. I've got my direct connection to my phone. And you can fly this VLOS, man, and get really good footage. There's a lot, like I said, there's gear coming out to balance this thing on your controller. And what I think it is it's just like the Mavic. Go ahead and put this in there. It's just not the Mavic. It's just like, I'm actually pretty happy, guys. That was fun. It's just like the old Phantom. Remember when you would connect your mounting bracket on your Phantom, where it basically comes up here? I think that's what this is getting at. I just don't know what your access to your C1 and your power buttons are going to be like after you do that. But guys, if you have extra $1,200 in your pocket, I'm not telling you until I get the video up, but I'm not telling you that wasn't freaking fun. Or just as fun as like my first Mavic flight. I made my first Mavic 1 Pro flight here. I made my first Evo flights here. So it's a place that I love, and I got a very good experience. We got out there right along the cliff. We were able to monitor our flight directly, visually. We can see the cliffs. This cliff face, you can see bikers going along the edge right there from here. I'm actually going to get Craig out, and we're going to do a flight to the pinnacle out there. And because I can put Craig right down on the trail, and he can just watch as I go to that area there. He can monitor it, and then we can come back, and we should be able to do a safe flight. So many things packed into this. So I am not a hater, and I do love DJI, just so you know. You can say, oh, you're just pumping them up and just so they make more money. Guys, I just had freaking fun. And if you're addicted to fun, then freaking go to the next level. I just, I'm sticking with this puppy. I've been a critic, but I'm not a critic that's an unproductive critic. I am a productive critic. I am going to basically eat my own words, or I'm going to live by what I think this thing can be. And I always look to what can be. I don't look back at what it can't do. I am really, because I'm a teacher. I don't look at kids and go, oh, this kid can't do anything, the heck with them. I look at them and go, okay, how can I motivate this kid? How can I find a way to make it succeed? And I think that's what you're looking for. This is so new. It's such a new concept. It has to find its place. That was my first flight. Never flew one of these before. And yes, I do fly FPV, and I am not going to compare it to an FPV drone. I'm not. Because even though it says FPV on it, I can't have that mindset when I fly it. And I'm pretty excited for the next flights. I am. I'm going to, $150 battery. Oh my gosh. I'm almost tempted to pick up another one right now because it could double my fun, assuming my fun continues. So, all right. I got that out of my way, man. Yes, I was nervous, but no. If you're on the fence with this one, keep watching. Keep watching my videos. And maybe I'll take you off the fence. I'll get you off the fence. Maybe I'll put you back on there. Maybe I'll take you off the fence in a way where you say, nah, can't do that. But if you're a 60-year-old man, 70-year-old man, 80-year-old man, and you fly a Mavic, you can fly this thing. You can fly it. You can do it. You can. Just keep it in normal and sport mode. I'll get it into in FPV mode, but believe me, I'm not going to do it here. I'm not going to put it in FPV mode in this spot. Not yet. I'll probably go over to the lake and drop it in the freaking lake, but oh, this is going to take some beautiful video. I'm thinking about waterfall this spring. Freaking waterfall. Yeah. All right. Later. Dead random. And the FPV drone, Kai, you're going to hate me, but damn it, I love new toys. Yes. Dead random. You can tell I'm pretty freaking happy. All right. I got to disguise my happiness. Guys, and believe me, I could just stick this back in the box and give it back to Best Buy tomorrow. I ain't doing that. I'm keeping it. I'm going to fly the crap out of it. I'm going to show you that it can be fun. Later. Bye.